Hello friends, welcome to MES e-learning channel. We are continuing with the session on inflation. In the last session, we discussed demand pull inflation. In this session, we will discuss cost push inflation. Another reason for rise in prices is the cost. Cost means the cost of production. Cost of production in producing different commodities. If anywhere the cost rises, it also increases the price because the producer is never going to pay from his pocket. So when we talk about this cost push inflation, again we can understand it with the help of a diagram. We show quantity on the x-axis and price on the y-axis. And like a normal demand and supply curve, we have aggregate demand and aggregate supply. Equilibrium, OQ is the quantity and OP is the price. Now, if we are saying there is a rise in aggregate supply, this aggregate supply is not rising actually, it is only increasing because the cost is rising. So, from AS1 to AS2 to AS3 is just rise in the cost. It leads to a fall in demand as well as a further rise in price. So, the prices increase from P1 to P2 to P3. This is nothing but what we say as due to the cost there is a rise in prices. This cost push inflation takes place due to certain reasons. A very main reason is if there is a rise in wages. Okay. If the wage earners ask for more wages and if the producers have to pay more wages, it will increase the cost of production. Another reason for it is if the profit margins are targeted more. Profit margins are for the producers. For example, in place of 10%, now they think to increase it to 15% profit margin. So, automatically it is going to lead to a rise in the price. Or if suppose the taxes increase, taxes if it increases for the producers, automatically it is shifted to the consumers. So, that will also lead to a rise in cost. Or if suppose there is a supply shock. Supply shock means there is a reduction in supply. Reduction in supply may be, for example, if agriculture inputs are used and there is a crop failure, it is going to lead to supply shock. Or there is some international conditions. For example, recently the wars which has happened in the recent past, because of that there has been supply chain disruptions in international market, and therefore there has been a lot of supply shocks which has increased the cost of production in various industries. So, this part is called as cost push inflation. Hope you have understood it, and thank you.